Seeing the press conference and everything that is happening around the fight, Benavidez is of course saying a lot of things that you're playing the good guy part. Um,
Mhm.
do you mind playing those games with those mind games with your opponent?
I mean, honestly, I don't really feel like I'm playing games. I'm just being myself, and I feel like he thinks that. I think him and his team realized that they made a fool of themselves on at the press conference, and so now they're trying to spin it like, I'm trying to play this, but I'm just being myself, and but he don't like me, so he's going to try to spin it and make it seem like I'm acting like this and acting like that, but I don't believe in I don't believe in stuff like that. I'm just going to be myself. Some people like it, some people don't, but we can't be responsible for who likes us and who doesn't. It's our job to just be ourselves. So
Caleb, do you think what happens in press conference? Do you think that affects the outcome of a fight?
everyone's different. Sometimes things like that could affect someone. Some people, it may not. And I'm handling my business how I see fit and how I think is best. He's handling his business how he sees fit and what he thinks is best. And if that's how he acts, which that is how he acts. That's how his dad acts. That's how his brother acts. That's how he acts. And I think people have been noticing that for quite some time now. And I think it's been leaving a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth. And I've been seeing a lot of Latino support since the press conference, and saying they liked how I handle myself and this and that. And but we'll see. March 25th, we'll find out for sure. When the bell rings, we'll see if it affected somebody or not. Mhm.
With everything that has been said, do you consider this a fight to be personal, or is this another fight for you?
To an extent, I feel like all fights are personal for me because, this isn't just a job for me. This is a passion. This is my career. This has been something I've been doing for a really long time. I'm 30 years old. I've been doing it organized competitively since I was 9. And I train year round. I stay in shape year round. I keep my weight in check year round. I put a lot into this. And I have big goals that I want to reach, things I want to accomplish in the sport. And I feel like if someone's standing across from me and in the way of that, that's personal for me. And so March 25th, it's another personal event.
What are some of your goals that you want to accomplish next?
Um, well, my most important goal, and first and foremost, is to get my hand raised on March 25th and become the WBC interim champ. My goals in boxing would be to become a world champion again. This would put me in line to be Canelo's mandatory for the WBC world title. And obviously, becoming undisputed is the biggest and best thing you can do in boxing. And most fighters don't get a chance to do that one time, much less twice against the biggest fighter in boxing. And so, I don't take that lightly. That means a lot to me. And, I don't want to waste that moment. I want to pull through. I want to come out on top. And but first things first, I'm focused on March 25th, and I'm putting everything I have into that.
Yeah, it was actually one of my following questions. I know you're busy with Benavides, but do you ever think about a rematch with Canelo against Canelo, or is that chapter closed for you?
No, no, no. I want to right that wrong. You know, um, Canelo, he's a great fighter, and he's done a lot of great things in his career. He's a future Hall of Famer, but I want a legendary career, and I want to be a future Hall of Famer. And you know, a win over him would mean a lot. And obviously, coming up short in the first fight and being able to right that wrong, that would mean a lot. And you know, I want to make that happen.
After what happened in the press conference with Canelo, do you think people expect when they see you at a press conference? Do you think people expect for you to have explosive press conferences?
I don't know. I don't know, honestly. I mean, with the Canelo press conference, we were sitting there, we were talking to each other. He's telling me, "Oh, you're gonna see," and I'm like, "No, you gonna find." And he pushed me. Canelo, he pushed me really hard. And I don't know about you, but if someone puts their hands on me, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Well, I'm a fighter, so I know that what the first thing that comes to mind for me is. And so after pushing me, I went to get him back. That's a natural reaction. And but with David, he said a lot of personal things about me. His dad has said personal things about me, personal things about my daughter, Aaliyah, and I don't take kindly to that. That's not something that I just plan on letting happen. I plan on doing something about that. So,
What do you think about his next opponent, John Ryder, or the one that seems like he's going to be his next opponent?
yeah, I mean, Canelo holds all the belts, and with those belts come different sanctioning bodies, and with different sanctioning bodies comes mandatories for those belts. And if John Ryder is one of those mandatories for his belts, then he needs to fulfill that mandatory, because no fighter wants to get their belt stripped away. And so whether people like it or not, if that's a mandatory, then he needs to follow through on his mandatory so that he can keep that belt.
Do you think he'll be a challenge for him?
I mean, that's to be determined. John Ryder, he's a tough fighter. He's a spunky fighter. He knows that he's got a big task on his hands and an opportunity to put his name in the history books. And so I'm sure he's not taking it lightly. I'm sure he's training hard. And again, regardless of if the fans like it or not, it's either Canelo fight that mandatory or he gets his belt stripped away from him. So I'm pretty sure if we were all in that position, we would be doing what we got to do to keep that belt. So he should do that.
Last question, Caleb, and thank you for your time. What do you want to show against Benavidez?
Just who the better man is. That's all.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time. And good luck.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.